Hello everyone, I'm back with another intermediate Ren'Py tutorial. In this video, we're going to be extending what we learned in the last video with creating our character class, our new actor object, rather. Except we're going to be doing some new things with it this time. So before we jump in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. With that, let's start going a little bit further with object-oriented programming. So in the last video, I showed you how to create a new actor class that extends our character class for some added functionality. We can add some extra attributes in there. I also showed you how to display those attributes on the screen using the renpy.notify statement equivalent. And now I'm going to show you how to attach methods to your class. And methods is when we start getting into the really cool stuff. So in my very first intermediate Python, or in my first intermediate Ren'Py video, I showed you how to define your own functions. So now I'm going to show you how to work with the methods. And a method is just a function that exists inside of a class that affects that class somehow. And we've actually used methods before. We used them in our beginning Ren'Py videos when we were using lists, like when you use the .append method to add something to a list. That is a method of the list object. And now I'm going to show you how to create your own methods inside of your classes. And it's really, really simple. It's just as easy as declaring a new function. And right now, we already have an initialization method. This one, we don't have to run it. It runs automatically whenever we create a new actor. It automatically initializes it by giving it all of these different attributes. And in order to declare a new one, now these that we're going to create now aren't going to run automatically. We're going to have to run them purposefully in our program, but I will show you how to do that as well. It is super easy. So let's say that we want to have a function that either increases or decreases the affection that that player has or that actor has towards your player character. So we're going to create one called affection up. And I'm just going to pass for right now, and we'll create another method called affection down. So we'll call affection up whenever you do something that increases that character's affection towards you, and we'll call affection down whenever that person's affection level towards you decreases. So what we want to happen whenever we call the affection up function, we want to raise that affection level by 1, and we also want to add a notification to the screen that lets the player know that their affection with that character has increased. So there are a couple of different ways that we can do that. I'll show you a little bit easier way first, and then we'll do something that is... I'm just going to show you 2 different ways of doing it. Neither one's really easier or more difficult than the other, just a little bit different. So the first thing we want to happen is we want to do self.affection plus equals a certain amount. And I've got to put that amount in as an argument, so we're going to pass that in also whenever we call the function. So we can increase it by 1 or by 2 or really by whatever number you want to put in there, and that'll be determined by you when you get to that point in your script. All right, and now we're going to call the notify function. So we're just going to say renpy.notify. And we're going to pass in a string, and actually we're going to say the name of the character, so we'll say self.name, and then we're going to use string concatenation. Again, check out my Python game making for beginners tutorials on strings if you need a refresher on this. So we're going to say self.name plus equals liked that. So we're just going to let the player know that whatever they did, that this character liked when they did that. There we go. Oops, and I forgot to pass my self argument in. We need to pass that in for every single method that we create. All right, and then for affection down, we're going to do that in reverse. We're going to say self.affection minus equals amount. Then renpy.notify self.name plus didn't like that. And we'll keep it relatively simple for right now. Oh, and let's not forget our arguments in that one, self and amount. There There you go. Now let's see how we can put that in our script. So let's go ahead and start back from the beginning. Let me get rid of my stuff there. All right, so now we're going to say Chelsea.c is going to say, do you like me? Where's my question mark? There we go. I knew I'd find it eventually. And then we're going to give a menu, and you can either say yes, or you can say no. If you say yes, we're going to put in a quick Python line, and we're going to say, so we want her affection to increase. So we've got to use a dot operator to call our method. So we're going to start with the actor as the name, which is Chelsea. Then we're going to say dot, and then the name of the function, which is affection up. And then we're going to pass in the amount that we want it to go up, which now we're just going to say 1. And then Chelsea.c says, thank you. But, however, if you say no, we're going to say Chelsea.affection down, and let's go down by 2. She's going to say, I don't care anyway. There we go. So now, when I call this Chelsea.affection up function, what's going to happen is it's going to raise her affection attribute, and then it's going to post a notification letting you know that she liked whatever you just did or said. All right, so we got everything saved, and now let's run that and see what happens. Launch project. Start. Do you like me? Let's say yes. And there we go. Chelsea liked that. And then it automatically disappears after, I think it's 2 seconds by default. Let's run that again, and this time let's say no. Chelsea didn't like that. There we go, just as expected. Now let's say you wanted to actually let the character know how much it goes up or down. So we can fix that in our function. So again, here we only have to fix this in one place. If we coded this block every single time we did our code, we'd have to find everywhere this happened and change every single line of code where we raised or lowered the affection. But now if we want to change the entire behavior, we just change it in this one spot and it automatically works everywhere we call that function. We can also add functions later. We can add extra methods, do whatever we want without having to change a whole ton of code. All right, so now we're just going to change our notify function. So let's say self.name plus affection plus 1. Then total affection amount will be self.affection. Make sure that's all correct. Yeah, that should work. Oh, actually, I just noticed something. This is actually going to throw us an error because since we're using string concatenation, it's going to expect us to pass a string right here. However, self.affection is not going to be a string variable. It's going to be an integer, a whole number variable. So we have to tell it to convert that to a string, which is really easy. All we do is str and then put that variable name in parentheses. That's it. That's all we have to do. So otherwise, that will not work. And we're going to do basically the same thing down here, except we're going to say affection minus 2, total affection, string self.affection. There we go. Now let's run that and see how that changes. And again, we didn't have to change this at all. We just changed our base function. Oops. Oh, I know what it is. I accidentally put my quotes in the wrong place. That should happen before the plus sign. There we go. All right, now that should work fine. There we go. So far, so good. So now if we say yes, there we go. Chelsea affection plus 1, total affection 1. And if we run that again, let's say no. Chelsea affection -2, total affection -1. So you might notice that it is keeping a persistent check on this variable. If I go back and do yes, it adds +1 to equal 0. So it's basically storing this persistently because it's in an init block. I will show you a way that you can deal with that later, but for now I'm going to go ahead and leave this as it is. And again, like I'll do a video in the near future where we'll extend that functionality, make it where it doesn't store that variable persistently. And that will about do us for this time though. So again, if you got something out of this video, be sure to hit the like button. Check my description below for some ways that you can support me. Also subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't yet, and with that, we will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.